And welcome back now to another video on how to become a business consulting freelancer. Specifically, so once I know how to conduct a research and gather quality data, so that is understand that data is powerful because it can help you to influence, persuade, reinforce your point of view, but also can be misleading. So you need to understand where your data source comes from when you're conducting a research for a consulting project, and this might come from the most the most and least valuable. You have the first company or the data from the company itself that are usually behind to some NDA agreement because it's confidential. So once you are signed that, so you can look as far data as far back data as they have to see what they have done in the past, how they have been performing, and that will help you to influence your recommendation. So this is the first party data from the company. Then you have is the secondary data from trust sources, and this is comes from websites or companies or organizations that have a proven record of what the thing that they have done. So they are not anonymous. They also you can also see their research report, their peer review, and you might or not pay for that data depend. And ultimately, the least valuable is this third party from aggregate source because the quality of the data is not guaranteed because you don't know who the author really is. Why am I mention this? Because sometimes you can't have access to the first party data, and there is few or non-existent secondary uh, source of data of these trust sources, secondary party data. So you have to rely on these aggregate sources. And when it comes to conducting research, so remember to play devil advocate with yourself, which is something that I do even in my daily life. So play devil's advocate with your research, gather relevant uh, data, so take notes and keep record of every source you obtain, and check the quality of the data. Look out for the website if they have some grammar issues, grammar errors, or you look at their website, something feels a little, a little. Yeah, you look at their website, and you feel that something is soft. You know, something feels fishy. It's a little fishy that website. And then I look at a case of study specifically for the tourist uh, or for a tourist company when you conduct your research as a or from the marketing perspective. Again, as a business consultant, but with the marketing lens. And this is first look at their website, understand what they offer, all the products and service, and then go into the specific about the pricings, company's review, the categories, what makes this company unique, because this will help you to influence in your consultation suggestions. And then is when you move to the first party data, if you can have access to that, to see, well, what they have done in the past, how they have been performed, and help you to make your or help you to provide your suggestions. So all of that. So looking at the historical data and see how they have been performing. So will help you to provide your suggestions. And once you make your research about their website, their pricings, what they offering, all the products and service, then is you can now look at the secondary part data by doing a competitor analysis. And here is, well, you identify as who the other players are, who the other players in that industry are, in that area, what they're doing, and see what you can learn from them. So you can use all of this and take notes as keyword, because doing a keyword research with a keyword planner from Google or any other tools out there on the internet can give you a broad perspective of what's going on in that industry. And then on top of that, make a research by looking at the global news to not only have an understanding of that industry, but also from a broad perspective of what's going on in that industry. Why? Because the idea here is to know that what you're doing, okay? So once you conduct all of your research, know how you should apply everything that you have researched to what is most likely to work today. And that includes is look at the regulations, see how that industry is adapting to regulations, and where these things go, where that industry is going. So, with that set of guidelines, okay, especially when you're conducting this research, I also look at particularly at choosing is a niche for that. Meaning that if I'm going to provide my service as a consultant here, okay, by choosing and align myself with this niche, so building a POC e-commerce with Knox, Vue, and headless CMS, Strappy, and record the process, because the more I extend the reach, the worse it'll be. And the only thing that matters is that you start from that right now. Start with that. So start with something. Start with something. Start with something. And here is where I look at how to create effective and appealing consuming report. Uh, yeah. So for example, if I'm going to start with this POC, okay, as an because I would like to create this POC e-commerce with Knox and Vue. Vue allows us to build user interface in the browser, whereas Knox is for making the web development much more easy, and it comes with a lot of other features. And headless CMS is to match easily our data in the backend, and also much more user friendly for non-technical users, for not tech savvy users. Okay, okay. So then I look at how to create effective and appealing consuming reports. Okay, because first I look at how to conduct a research. Okay, how to conduct a research and gather quality data. Okay, how to conduct a research. And in our case, it's like creating a POC e-commerce with Knox and headless CMS, strapping. Okay, so what we can do here is to put that in practice. So I'm going to make a document here. I'm going to make a document here. Just make a document here. Or in the same document here right below. Okay, this may work as my example here. Okay, something like this. All right. So because the whole idea here is to create this is project or research or um, project uh, research research uh, this is or practice practice how to conduct a research. Okay, practice how to conduct a practice how to conduct a research. So our project here will be this. Is build and POC e-commerce with Nuxt, Vue and headless CMS. There's a bunch of concepts here, such as e-commerce. Okay, why you are like that, man? Why? Why you're adding that? Exactly. Okay. Okay. Record the process like this. No. Record the process. Oh my god. Okay. So record the process here. So there's a bunch of concepts here that we need to first understand, like e-commerce. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is this research of e-commerce. Okay. To understand, to know what an e-commerce is, and now to view the strategy. Okay. And so concept here. So e-commerce. Mm-hmm. According to e-commerce guy, ecommerceguy.com. Or from Shopify or from Amazon. Okay. Okay. So what is an e-commerce? Definition, types, advantage, and disadvantage. This is something to understand at the beginning. So an e-commerce or electronic commerce is a trading of goods and service on the internet. Okay? The trading of goods and service on the internet is like this, right? So e-commerce is the trading of goods and service on the internet. Going to Amazon, right? Amazon source, right? This is our source. Okay, this is one definition from Amazon. Okay, you just want to look at the definition from Shopify. Okay, it's an e-commerce. Whereas an e-commerce, so the buying and selling of goods and services using the internet, and the transfer of money and data to execute these transactions. E-commerce often used to refers to the sale of physical product online, but it can also describe any kind of commercial transaction that is facilitated through the internet. So whereas a business refers to all aspects of operating an online business, e-commerce refers specifically to the transaction of goods and service. So whereas e-business refers to all aspects of operating an online business, e-commerce refers specifically to the transaction of goods and service. So uh, this is this is the definition for the Amazon. This is the definition from the Shopify, which is quite the same, quite the same from Shopify, right? It's quite the same. Alright, quite the same for Shopify here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So an e-commerce refers specifically to the transaction of good and service. Okay, and when it comes to Investopedia, e-commerce, companies and individuals that buy and sell goods and service over the internet. So electronic commerce refers to the company and individuals that buy and sell goods and service over the internet. E-commerce operates in different type of market segment and can be conducted over computers, tablets, smartphones, and other smart devices. Nearly every imaginable product or service is available through e-commerce transactions, including book, music, plane tickets, and financial services such as stock, investing, and online banking. As such, it is considered a very disruptive technology. Disrupting technology, according to them, right? So disruptive technology is an innovation that significantly alters the way that consumer, industry, and business operate. For example, ChatGPT. So for example, ChatGPT. So, but in any case, an e-commerce is the buying and selling of goods and service over the internet. Period. Simple. Simple. According to this, e-commerce is the buying and selling of goods and service over the internet according to Investopedia, this North American media, this North American Investopedia. So this North American financial web media founded in 1999, right? So the TLDR of e-commerce is the trading of goods and service on the internet. Okay, the buying and selling of goods and service over the internet. That's an e-commerce. So I'm buying or selling a goods or service over the internet. So if we want to buy and sell goods or service over the internet, okay, how can we do that? For example, let's look at a closer look at this, something like e-commerce. So how can we do that? Know the mechanism, the know-how. How can you do that? Okay. Well, that's where we have here, for example, view. But let's take a look. Let's take a dive deep into an e-commerce. Okay, so let's take a dive deep into e-commerce. So what is an e-commerce? According to Amazon, it's an electronic or e-commerce or electronic commerce is the trading of goods and service on the internet. It is your bustling city center or brick and mortar shop translated into zeros and ones. It is your bustling city. Interesting. Bustling. Okay, it is your bustling city or brick and mortar shop, brick and mortar, or retail. When we talk about brick and mortar, retail, okay, or individual stores, right? The physical store, the retail store, an office that a customer can place, yeah, office that customer can visit. Okay, so we have this. So it is your bustling city. It's going to explain that it is your bustling city center or brick and mortar shop translated into zeros and ones on the internet superhighway. So this year, according to that data, Statista, 2.14 billion people worldwide will buy goods and services online, and the number of Prime members shopping Amazon store now tops 150 million. So according to Statista, right, we can say manager, uh, only set me and give me is the necessary, and they don't show me this. I love it. Number of digital buyers worldwide from 2014 to 2021, and the number has increased in billions in India. I can see that there have been roughly 2 billion of that. Okay, so this year, an estimate of 2.14 billion people worldwide will buy goods and service online, and the number of Prime members shopping Amazon store now tops 150 million. E-commerce among one way, e-commerce one way among many that e-commerce one way among many that people buy and sell things in retail. So companies sell product online only, but for many, e-commerce is a distribution channel. Interesting concept. The distribution channel that's part of a broader strategy that includes physical store and other revenue streams. Either way, e-commerce allows startups, small business, and large companies to sell their product at scale and reach customers across the world. So what is an e-commerce website? An e-commerce website is your digital storefront on the internet. It facilitates the transaction between a buyer and seller. So it's the virtual space where you showcase. It's a virtual space where you showcase your products and your online customers make their selections. Your website acts as the product shelf, sales staff, and cash register for your online business channel. So business might create a brand store experience on a store like Amazon, build their own commerce site on a dedicated domain, or do it all for multi-channel approach. Okay, so what are the types of e-commerce? This is very interesting. So e-commerce takes as many different forms as there are various ways to shop online channels. A few common business models that shape the world of e-commerce are business to clients, business sell to individual consumers, the most common model with many variations, business to business sells to other business. Often the buyer resells product to the consumer. Often the buyer resell product to the consumer. C2B, consumer sell to business. Okay, consumer sell to business. C2B business allow customers to sell to other companies. C2C, customer sells to other consumers. Consumer sell to other consumers. Business create online marketplace that connect consumers. For example, for example, uh, wow, that's massive. So, for example, mhm. So for example, Apple Store, Google Play, so they create is this uh, business creator create online marketplace that connect consumers. B2G, business sell to governments or government agency. Okay, customer to government, government to business, and government to consumers. Okay. Where and how does e-commerce takes place? Online shopping evolves and shifts daily. People shop from their computer, phones, tablets, and other devices. They patronize websites, visit social media page, and participate in thriving virtual channels. Here's an overview of the three distinct methods of conducting e-commerce today. M-commerce. Online transactions that takes place on mobile devices are known as mobile commerce or m-commerce. Okay, with portable device in the hand of consumer worldwide, it's no wonder m-commerce is expected to overtake non-mobile commerce in 2021. Many people now do their product research and online purchase through their phone. This trend shows no sign of slowing, so it is essential to optimize your online store for mobile. Enterprise e-commerce is the buying and selling of products to large companies organizations. If a large business sells many different types of products or has multiple brand lines and transition into selling online, then it is participating in the enterprise e-commerce. Social media e-commerce. Social media can help you market and promote e-commerce stores to a broad audience. Just as social media enables you to connect with friends and family, it also has the potential to attract customers to your business. Done well, social media marketing engages customers in an informal setting. Social media can help you attract new customers, build brand awareness, generate online sales. Exactly, social media e-commerce. What are the advantages and disadvantages of e-commerce? The benefit is growing rapidly after offer global marketing research, provide the easy and ordering product online, generally involve lower operating costs, gives direct to consumer access. Retail e-commerce is growing rapidly in global marketing research. Easy of ordering product, lower operating costs, direct to consumer access. Challenge of e-commerce, limited face-to-face interaction, technical difficulties, data security that can be challenged, shipping and fulfillment at scale. Limited face-to-face interaction, technical difficulties, exactly, for those who are non-tech, data security concern, and shipping and fulfillment at scale. What makes an e-commerce store successful? Great products, a compelling brand story, a target audience, a smooth online experience, timely order and fulfillment. How New Republic grew their e-commerce business with Amazon. E-commerce trends and statistics. E-commerce is growing. Holiday sales. Amazon statistics. Prime Day. How to start your first e-commerce business. So, from all of this is e-commerce fact. What is e-commerce? Mhm. So this is starting to give me some insights about an e-commerce. Okay, which is something that I would like to know. more about, right? So yeah, an e-commerce is a trading of goods or service on the internet, right? Is that so? What are the type of e-commerce? Mm-hmm. What are the type of e-commerce? What the fuck you think you're doing? Oh my god. E-commerce. What are the type of e-commerce? Okay. So what are the type of e-commerce? Do you have all of this? Mhm. So business to client, business to business, consumer to business. Okay, business sell to individual consumers or end users, the most common model with many variations. So for example, there is so Mercado Libre, Amazon are a good example of that. They offer you a well, they basically offer you that. They basically offer you that. Mhm. Where and how does e-commerce takes place? In commerce, enterprise e-commerce, and social media e-commerce, mobile and social media. What are the advantages and disadvantages of e-commerce? Mhm. Retail e-commerce is growing rapidly, so global marketing reach as well. Easy of ordering products, lower operating costs, direct to consumer access. Mhm. So by understanding what an e-commerce is, okay, and what type of e-commerce, what are the type of e-commerce, and when, where, how does e-commerce takes place, okay, in commerce or mobile commerce, so enterprise commerce, and social media commerce. Mhm. Where and how does e-commerce takes place? Exactly. Mhm. Okay. Where and how does e-commerce take place? We have in m-commerce, enterprise commerce, and social media commerce. Chemical difficulties and data security concern. Mm-hmm. And a compelling brand story. A-plus content allow business to create a unique brand shopping experience with the Amazon store. Timely order fulfillment. Pony Republic grew their e-commerce business with Amazon. Okay, okay. And so what once I know what an e-commerce, so what is an e-commerce? It is a trading of goods and service on the internet, right? Uh, it can be your brick and mortar or your mall. Okay, that is translated to zero and one. So whereas e-business refers to all aspects of operating an online business, e-commerce refers specifically to the transaction of goods and service. And Investopedia is also mentioned that e-commerce is the buying and selling of goods and service over the internet. And there are different type of e-commerce: business to consumers, business to business, consumer to consumers, business to government, consumer to governments, government to business, and government to consumers, right? So the most common type is the business to client, okay, or the end users. Okay, okay. Mhm. Okay. And where and how does e-commerce takes place? In the mobile, enterprise, or the social media. So once I know what an e-commerce is, okay, and I know what Nox allows is to build this web application. It allows to build modern web application performance easily, and Vue allows to build user interface or that on the client, whereas headless CMS allows us to manage data easily and for non-tech savvy. Okay, okay, okay. So once I know what an e-commerce is, uh, their types of e-commerce, uh, I can look at the competitor analysis because I can have access to any of these particular e-commerce, but I can look at the competitor analysis of this e-commerce, e-commerce competitor analysis. You have to conduct a competitor analysis for e-commerce. A competitor analysis. Evolution. strength and weakness. Consider how your competition will respond to your action. Mm, comparative analysis. Or you can say is e-commerce business list. Right? Not business idea. I'm looking at the companies. Think mobile is one. Top the 10 top e-commerce companies. Uh, the 38 e-commerce statistics of 2023. 23 profitable e-commerce business idea. No, it's not business idea. No, it's not how to start. It's in fact is look at the e-commerce companies. Top 40 e-commerce companies in the US for 2023. Built-in a marketing blog, list of the large e-commerce company in the world. Best 36 e-commerce company, February 2023. Best e-commerce company in 2022. 38 company, list of e-commerce company for Golden. The 11 most innovative e-commerce company on 2022. Okay. So according to Think Mobile is Crest from India, but e-commerce companies. Data Forest, Build Cold Stuff, ClickSoft, Suntech India, Closed Loop Technologies, Make More Digital, Pixafy, Unified Infotech, Actual Web Service, First Line Software, Meticulosity, Big Drop, MageBit in Latvia, FL Creative, indeed, 10 of the top e-commerce companies. What are e-commerce online companies? Yeah, physical, digital service and affiliates. Type of e-commerce. Yeah. Where do e-commerce businesses sell their goods or service? Conversational, by brand or marketplace. Top e-commerce company are Walmart and Amazon, Walmart, Alibaba, Facebook. It becomes an e-commerce. Microsoft, Apple Inc., eBay, Liberty Interactive Corporation, Shopify, and Jingdong. Okay. Or service online. For this reason, it's considered a business-to-business e-commerce site that sells a service. Shopify charge business a subscription fee so that they can use this platform to sell their goods, track inventory, and fulfill orders. Jingdom. Okay. This is the competitor analysis. The competitor analysis. Okay. From Indeed. And IP as well, according to Okay. And IKEA as well. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. Okay. So this is the comparative analysis to look what they have done in the past, to see what they have done in the past, see what you can learn from them, and then take the keywords, again, take the keywords to make your keyword research analysis to get a proper perspective of what's going on in that industry. And then on top of that, look at the news to understand what's going on in the world and to see how you can, how your research, uh, and to see how your research can, how your research can influence, or how to know, okay? Because the thing here is that after you make the competitor analysis, the keyword plan, and you look at the news for a raw perspective to know what you have researched, from all the things that you have researched, what is most likely to work today. And that is look at their business regulation. Okay, so look at their business regulation or the industry regulations and how they are adapting to that, and how they are adapting to that, and yeah, how they are adapting to that, and where this industry is going, where this industry is going. Interesting. Where this industry is going. Okay. hmm Okay. Okay. So with that, uh, that'll be all for this video. So take care. Bye bye.